How's it going, guys? My name is C.o.d, and I know what you're thinking. What on earth are you playing Ghost for? It's kind of the only game I can play at the moment. I can't play any online games for some strange reason. Like, I mean, I can get into a game, but the connection just keeps dropping, and I don't understand. I think it's a problem with the Xbox because every game that I've played seems to be, like, it just seems to do that. Tried playing some Friday the 13th, and I know that that has problems, but literally not as bad as like the past day or so. Tried playing some Modern Warfare Remastered as well. Nope, that's not working. Black Ops, like literally just everything is just so frustrating because I just kind of felt like I just wanted to play a little bit of C.o.d. Yeah, for some strange reason, squads on Ghost seems to be working. Like maybe it's because I'm against AI. I'm not 100% sure. But this is about as this is about as high level gameplay as we're gonna get today, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologise. To be fair though, I'm actually kind of enjoying it because I've been so fed up with like the futuristic flying suits and stuff like that. It's kind of, I don't know, it feels kind of nice to go back to something like this. Makes me appreciate it in a brand new light. Still shit though! So it's been a while since I've done a video like this where I kind of just sit down and chat with you guys, a little bit of story time. And I feel like this is a very overdue video because I talked about this, I think it was like in the Girls in Dungeons, I think it was Girls in Dungeons video, and you guys requested that I talk about this story, about how one of my friends wound up unconscious in a graveyard. Yes, it does sound very strange. So without further ado, I'm not going to beat around the bush because I'm very bad with these intros and it's 2 minutes of recording and I've not properly started. So without further ado, let's begin. So I believe it's prom season here in the UK, or at least in England, because my missus' sister recently, she had like prom last week. She really enjoyed it. It was kind of nice to know that she's getting out and doing stuff like that, because it's really weird. It's like she's 16 now, I believe. I remember the last time I saw her was like, the last time I probably spoke to her was like when she was 14, so it's really weird. I've been considering it ages. From what I heard, she really enjoyed it, so I'm glad. But me personally, never went to prom for kind of just reasons that I was just socially awkward. I never really gave stuff like that a chance. I mean, even like the summer camps and things, you know, where you can sign up to do something, however long it off is you get in summer. Yeah, I didn't want to do any football, I didn't want to go away or anything. I just wanted to stay home and play video games. Not much has changed then. Hello, Lexi. Goodbye, Lexi. So I never went to any stuff like that. And it was like that, I think it was when I was at school, it was the leavers do, because it was a grammar school I went to, which was essentially a high school, but it was called a grammar school for some reason. No idea. No idea. I know that means something completely different down in England, like it's more posh or something, because a lot of people have been like, oh, you went to a grammar school, did you? It's like, yeah, it's not as fancy as you think, mate. Do I look fancy to you? But I remember it was coming up to, like, I'd already left school at this point. I was gone. I was done. I dropped out. Couldn't be bothered with school anymore, just because I didn't feel like I was learning. Didn't really feel like I was learning anything. But I still hung out with like my friends who were the year below me, and there was like a group of, I think it was like 5 of us. There was 6 at one point, but then one of them got into a relationship. I think that was Stephen. So the rest of it was like me, Angus, Darren, John, and Ross. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. The new season of Friends sounds shit. Fuck off. Like we never really kind of went out much. We never really did a great deal. We all just loved playing video games. Like a lot of the times we'd all go to like the caravan that I was staying in, just boot up like the GameCube. That was like when the GameCube was massive at the time. Play Super Smash Brothers, Phantasy Star Online, and we kind of just did stuff like that. I didn't drink until I was like 19. I wasn't interested in girls until I was 19. Although I did have kind of a crush on a girl, and then I scared her halfway across the world. If you want to hear about that story as well, let me know in the comment section below and leave a cheeky thumbs up. I'm just begging for those thumbs up. YouTube's just changed me, man. So a lot of times, you know, we just kind of preferred to play video games. We didn't really go out and do stuff like that. I suppose we were, to some people, very boring. But those kind of the things that we did, we enjoyed it. I remember like the first person who kind of branched out or kind of started like showing interest in like girls and other stuff outside of gaming was Angus. And he really had a thing for this girl called Lauren. Like proper had a huge thing for her. And it was that kind of thing where, you know, if you knew they were going to an event, you kind of try to find a reason to get there. And one of the things that she was going to was the prom, or the leavers do, as it was called when I was once young. So he really, really wanted to go this year. He was like, oh guys, you know, maybe we should try it. You know, maybe we'll enjoy it. It might be something that we, you know, you never know, might all like. And we were, you know, the rest of us were adamant. We're like, oh, you know, we were playing Phantasy Star at the time and really, really wanted to, you know, hit the hardest dungeon that we could. So the rest of us was just like, no, we're not really interested. So he ended up going on his own. He was just like, right, well, I really want to go, so I'm going to skip game night. And we were like, all right, that's cool, we'll drop you off. So they were all meeting up at Lauren's house, and she was having like a little party beforehand. So we dropped him off. I got some funny looks because, of course, I was the only one with the group with baggy jeans, long hair, literally to the point where a girl was like, I remember them saying, like, after when we got back to Ross's, that a girl openly just went, what the fuck is that? Yeah, that did wonders for my self-esteem. So we got back to Ross's and we were just like all just chilling there playing. And I can't remember who it was that brought it up. I kind of want to say it was Ross that was like, I'm kind of worried. We're like, what? Why are you worried? Maybe we should have gone with him. We're like, no, it's fine, man. He'll be okay. They'll look after him. Because you think, right, okay, if you're going out drinking with people, you know, they'll look after you. So we were there trying to reassure Ross, dude, you'll be okay. Don't worry about it. They'll look after him. Went straight back on Phantasy Star. Spoiler alert, by the way, we never did get very far in the Nightmare Dungeon. We were very, very shit. So the next morning, I remember getting a fucking text. And I want to say it was from John. It was John that sent me the text. And it was something along the lines of, you're not going to fucking believe this. And I was like, what? What's happened? It's Angus. What's happened? He's in hospital. Now, I freaked out because I was like I thought he's been beaten up. You know, he's maybe got drunk, got into a fight. You know, something serious has happened. So I'm panicking and I'm feeling guilty. I was like, oh my god, man. You know, maybe we should have gone with him. We should have looked out for him. But of course, we thought people would look out for him. Like, you genuinely think that. But guys, depending on who if you're going out drinking for the first time, sometimes people just don't look out for you. Again, depends on who, you know, what the company is that you keep, whether or not they look out for you. Like, if you go out drinking with me, I don't really drink that much, but I tend to look after people. I can get drunk, but I know when to stop, so I can look after the rest of everyone. Some people just get drunk and then they just like, oh, wander off. You do a lot of stupid stuff when you're drunk. Kids, and it turns out that Lauren messaged, I think she messaged John to tell him, and it was like, yeah, Lauren's told us that he's in the hospital. And Angus's mum was going fucking mental. She was going fucking crazy, as you would if your kids just wound up in fucking hospital after going out on your prom night or whatever. And I was like, where did they find him? Like, where was he found? Because I was thinking, oh, maybe, you know, it was in town, it happened, he got knocked out. Maybe he, you know, it was back at Lauren's. No, he was in a graveyard. Like, literally, what had happened was he got wasted. Like, ridiculously wasted. Drank far too much. Stumbled away from everybody else. Like, he just decided to go for a walk. Had everybody looking for him. Somebody just found him the next morning, just face down in a fucking graveyard. Obviously, you'd shit yourself if you found somebody face down in a graveyard and you think, oh, dead body. Well, there goes my fucking Sunday morning. And it turns out he ended up getting ridiculously wasted, passed out, and he had to get his fucking stomach pumped. And I was thinking, how do you get that fucking drunk? I can drink my body weight, ladies and gentlemen, but I've never had my stomach pumped. So I was thinking, what the fuck? So the moral of the story, guys, if you're going to go out drinking for the first time, make sure that the company that you keep are going to fucking look after you. Oh, and just because the drink's there, right, doesn't mean that you can continuously just fucking down them. It's like there's getting drunk, and then there's just being fucking stupid. Luckily, that's never happened to me. I've had, like, good experiences with my drinking. Because a lot of the times, I don't really go out drinking as it is. But every time I've had somebody out there looking out for me, I've done the exact same thing because it's the right thing to do. But if you're going to be drinking for the first time, I highly recommend that you do it in a safe environment. Do it at home with close friends who are going to watch your back. Otherwise, you can end up like Angus. Then just for the icing on the cake, the rumours started going around that he got bummed. Angus, if you're watching this, let me know in the comment section, did you get bummed that night? But guys, thank you so much. Oh, and yeah, he didn't get the girl. I just want to clarify that. He didn't get the girl. She ended up going out with John instead. But guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I'll be back with some random programming tomorrow. And until next time, catch you guys later.